The NHRA Mellow Yellow Drag Racing Series out of sorts a bit at the Lucas Oil Nationals. This intermittent rain off and on has gotten the program kind of turned a little bit around. As we're set now for the second round only of Pro Stock. It sets up with Alan Johnson, Jed Coughlin, Jason Line, Dave Connolly picking their lanes against their respective drivers, two of which earned their first ever round wins in the opening stanza. One of those, Dave River, will be in the left lane up against Dave Connolly.
Dave River, who upset Erica Enders in the first round when Erica couldn't get her car to shift into second or third gear. Dave Connolly's hoping he doesn't have those kind of problems, and if he doesn't, he should get the win. He's definitely been running the numbers compared to Dave this weekend.
Whoa! Did Dave River just do it again?
That.
Yes, he did!
Can you believe that?
You heard Erica talk about it. That is an elite performance motor under the hood of Dave River that's just given him his second round win.
Well, that is amazing. And if we go back and look at it, I'm going to tell you what I think happened there. When Dave River went into stage, it looked like the bottom stage light blinked. And I think both drivers threw off just a little bit. Watch on the right side of your screen. Dave Connolly's already pre-stage. Dave River's going to go in and pre-stage. Now, when they sat there for a little bit, Dave will go in first, left side of your screen. And then when Dave Connolly goes in first, I forgot there's two Daves. Now watch when Dave River goes in, that light will blink right there.
Oh.
It threw both those drivers off, but it threw Dave Connolly off more than it did Dave River. Now that doesn't mean why the car didn't go down the track, but that's why Dave definitely had a 2:20 reaction time.
Good eye, Mike Dunn. Look at Erica.
How about that?
She knows it's coming. She saw the reaction time. She saw the blink. She knew Dave left second. Dave Connolly, that is. Dave River earns another round win.
I'm with Robert River, the son of David, who just moved on to the semifinals. How'd you guys pull this off, and what's it like to do this?
Oh, I'll tell you, it's amazing. And we pulled it off, so everyone behind me, we all did a wonderful job. We came out with a good game plan. We never wish bad luck, but we just needed real good luck today, so we're moving on.
Yes, they are, with some good luck.
And you know what? Doug Coletta with a round win in the final could put a stranglehold on that #1 qualifying spot. Well, Derek Kramer just earned his first round win against Greg. Now he's got Jed. Pretty even off the starting line. Now who's got the better setup this time? It is Jed Coughlin.
661.2, 207.88. Nice job.
Back down just a little bit more of the same. A little lazy wandering around the first couple of gears.
Well, you heard Jay talk a little lazy and a little bit wandering around. You saw him working the wheel through first and second gear. Then his fix pretty good down on the other end. The 661's good enough to get the win.
Jed Coughlin, 4 times a winner here in Pro Stock. Also has a 1997 Lucas Oil Sportsman win here. We get set now for the next pair, Alan Johnson, Vincent Nobile. But first, let's take a look back at Alexis DeJoria breaking into the 3-second barrier in funny car just a moment ago.
You may remember earlier in the season, Snap-on started the initiative to donate $10,000 to the Honor Flight Network for each sub-4-second funny car run. The total so far was at $10,000, but with that run by Alexis and Tommy DeLago, look at that, we're now up to $20,000.
Who wouldn't love to fill that Christmas tree out by the end of this year? It certainly could be done with some of the locations we go to. Reading, Pomona suddenly has become ripe for a 3-second racetrack.
I'll bet it'll be filled up by the end of the year, and it's a great cause, great organization. But right now you're on board with Alan Johnson, your #1 qualifier, who got a bye in the first round and basically could experiment a little bit and try some things, but it's going to have to be focused right now because you got to try to get around Vincent Nobile, who we saw in that matchup with Jonathan Gray get all kinds of sideways, had to push in the clutch, but Jonathan went across the center line, thus giving Vincent the win.
KB horsepower underneath the hood of Vincent Nobile. Jason Line visited with us on our E3 show Friday night. If you've never checked out that show, we encourage you. But Jason told the story about a motor that Vincent just leveled for that KB crew.
I think he said it was number 62,
yeah.
The first qualifying session here this weekend. Parts and pieces were coming out of it, but they put a fresh bullet in there and came out there, and they're going to try to get this win against Alan Johnson right now.
Check this out. Alan Johnson wins this round. He takes the point lead away from Erica Enders Stevens.
So So Erica's probably rooting for Vincent.
I don't know. Good friends with Brutus. 003 for Vincent.
Wow.
But Allen not far off the mark. But guess what? AJ will not take over the point lead. Vincent Nobile goes 6:62. Think his dad's fired up?
Oh, man.
We'll go to the semis. Next point.
John's loving it for sure.
And take down the #1 qualifier.
I'll tell you what, that kid could definitely let the clutch out on time. He had an 0.11 rack time in the first round. 003. He pushes it pretty much all the time, but he really pushes it against great competition, and that's what Alan Johnson is. And Alan and Vincent was able to just not only get the rack time advantage, but make the pass on the racetrack and get the win.
AJ lost the second round last year to the #1 qualifier, Mike Edwards, as the #1 qualifier bows out in round 2 this year to Vincent Nobile. That's his dad, John. Driver of a pro stock machine, both in the NHRA and mountain motor car, going through the gears with his son, and reacting when the wind light comes on.
Well, you talk about uncharted waters. I think Dave River is swimming in them right now. How's it feel?
We certainly are. As a river, we're all wet. But we want to thank Richard, Nick, Jake, my family, the Lord, got us safe down there. The crew, everybody contributes. We're volunteer crew, my son's crew chief, my daughter's here from Tucson. It feels great. We just thanks to everybody that helps us and supports us.
Hey, don't stop now. Keep it going.
Well, we're going to do our best next round. I don't know who we have or what we did, but, you know, we're in the semis, and it feels great.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you, Gary.
Well, this is Shane Gray. Shane will try to do what Vincent Nobile just did and take down a guy that could take over the point lead away from Erica Ender-Stevens. Same story here for Jason Line, who was in around the driver of the red machine.
20 points per round. You see he's only 11 back, so I did the math. He would take over the point lead just like you said, David. Right now,
it's good ciphering.
It is, isn't it? But right now, Jason Line has a very good race car. But Shane Gray, remember, that is a powerful race car over there in that left-hand lane.
Shane Gray has the reaction time advantage over Jason Line. But Jason Line has just taken over the Pro Stock points lead. Look at that run, 6.580 seconds. And now you're looking at #2 in standings, walking away from the starting line.
I'll tell you what, Shane did his job, had 2.5 hundredths advantage off of the starting line, but Jason's car has just been so strong over the Western swing, so strong in qualifying here in Brainerd, and it just continues.
Well, the good news for Erica Ender-Stevens, she can fall no lower than second. That's because Alan Johnson, who's now been dropped down to third, is out of competition today. But Jason, with a couple more round wins, could put a little gap on Erica Ender-Stevens. And with one round of racing, one race, I should say, to go until the countdown starts, well, no female has ever been a #1 seed in Pro Stock. That's what Erica had at stake. Look at the grin on Jason Line's face. Racing here in his native Minnesota with his father, his mother, his brother, his sisters, aunts, his uncles, nieces, cousins, nephews, everybody here cheering him on. He'd love to deliver in the semifinals. David River does not have lane choice. It's Jason Line with that solid 658.